I don't want to be remembered for, well, I could have been this professional athlete and it never happened. I think everybody wants to have a marker down in their life. Everybody wants to achieve something. I think that's why we're on the planet for, not just to exist. You don't know what you're going to be great at until you get that moment and work at something as well, because a lot of people say, I couldn't do what you do. How do you know? If you want it enough, maybe you can. Forget excuses. We have one life. And this is the thing with pain. Pain is there to remind you to, that it's uncomfortable and to get you out of that situation. And I sort of tried to talk to myself, and I always talk about the devil and the angel, and the devil at this point was huge, saying, let's get you out of here, let's get you pain-free. And the angel is maybe this big, tiny, saying, stay in the game, stay with it, find a way, find a way. And so what I did was I thought, let's make a deal with myself like I've done all the other times in training. Let's swim for 1 minute. Everybody can do something for 1 minute, no matter how much pain you're in. That was my deal. So it was about having structure, being disciplined. That was why I said, I've got to do it. And I've tried to stick to that with everything that I do now. I always thought, whatever happens, am I ever going to be too tired that I can't move my arm? And I decided, no, I'm never going to be that bad that I can't physically move my arms. So all I have to do is just keep putting one arm in front of the other and I'll get to my destination. The ocean can't keep me out there for weeks, months and years. So at some point, if the tide hits me, the tide will change. If the currents hit me, currents will change. If I'm sick lots of times, at some point, vomiting will end. And as long as I keep moving the arms, I will achieve my goal. The pain will subside, but the achievement will be there forever. So just think, Adam, when this pain goes away, what you've done and what will ever stop you again. And I remember on that last part when I was swimming in, and what kept me going, part of what kept me going was, I thought, what will ever stop me again in swimming? And then I thought, what will stop me in my life? Because a traffic jam and someone upsetting you is not going to match up to a Portuguese man of war sting, losing feeling in your spine and nearly going paralysed. So that gave me complete perspective. Pain's got to go away at some point, so what it means to me is it's a process you have to go through to make you stronger. Everybody goes through it, it's going to come into your life. I'm ready for it at some point each day. There might be some little thing that shows you, but as long as you're ready for it, as long as you're prepared to go through it, then it'll change and it'll give you success. Success is being happy, whatever that is. You don't have to swim oceans, you don't have to run marathons, it doesn't have to even be sport. If you're happy, you're successful. I learned that through the process of swimming. You can make up as many excuses in your mind as you want with things. I didn't want to fail, because that word failure. So it's easy to use an excuse for not doing something because you might just end up sad or feel bad about yourself. But I think we all know you can make all the excuses in the world, but in the heart for hearts, why not just go through it, step over that line, see how capable you are. Forget excuses, we have one life. I'd rather go for something and not achieve it and try really hard than just come up with excuses. And you can achieve anything you want to in your life if you have the right mind. For me, by having the mindset that I could achieve this, what seemed like an unreachable goal probably for your mind at the time. How do you know you're going to get up to this level? And your mind has to tell you, or has to risk the fact that, yeah, I can do this. And what is the worst thing that can happen? Oh, I give something a really good go, but I just don't make it. Is that really that terrible? Or do we use excuses and just don't even go for it? So I've understood that you can achieve anything if you've got the right mind. And I also believe your body responds. I think for me personally, broken is doing everything you possibly can and still not being able to achieve your goal. I think I would feel a bit broken. But then if I was broken, I'd want to be fixed. So I would just go again until I was fixed. So the thing is, when you are broken, it doesn't necessarily last forever, does it? So you can be a bit broke, you stick it back together and let's go again. And I was prepared to be temporarily broken, not permanently. But that's part of life. That makes you stronger as well. It's all about your mindset. Don't be scared. You're listening to a guy who's talking about swimming 7 toughest ocean swims in the world, open water swimming. But that is a metaphor for life. It doesn't have to be swimming, it can be anything. You know, this is a metaphor. And it just so happens I chose swimming from a movie. It could have been anything. It could have been running, it could have been drawing or acting or whatever it is in life. It doesn't really matter. You can, if you believe you can do it, you can do it. You know, you hear a lot of people say about this, you know, this word. But first of all, I mean, having belief in yourself that you can do whatever, and you've got to be careful, by the way, as well, because you've got what I call emotional vampires that say you can't do it, and these emotional vampires that can get in your head, and then you lose belief because they tell you can't do it. Who are they to tell you that you can't achieve your goals? So for me, it's about having that self-belief. Where does that belief come from? Actually, it can come from nowhere. Just, I'm going to find a way to do it. And then I'm going to have a system, which is training physically, training in my mind, working on my technique, all these different aspects. I'm going to train myself. For me, I had to think outside the box. I had to literally start swimming again. I had to learn to swim again after English Channel by developing a different technique, which has now become obviously a business, which is helping other people. But that was even from things that go wrong. As long as you've got the belief and as long as you are prepared to find a way, whatever's necessary, and that might be just thinking outside the box and thinking in a different way. But yeah, without belief, you know, but it's just so powerful, and you can do anything you want. It's not about a marker and putting on your gravestone, there goes Adam, he was, you know, a pretty good swimmer. It's not about that. It's about being out your comfort zone and really understanding what you are as a person. And I think that comes in different forms. You know, I chose ocean swimming because I got inspired by a movie, because I used to swim as a kid, and it's the only thing I could do without getting injured, and I love sport. But what's other people's Ocean 7? You know, what's their light bulb moment? What's their trigger? Nobody knows how capable they are. A lot of people go, oh, Adam, I couldn't do what you do. Yes, you can, if you want it enough. And I say, how much you want it? Are you willing to go through the discomfort of it? You know, are you willing to face your fears and potentially failure? All comes back to failure, everything. So what's the true fear? Failure. And once you can face failure in the eye, then you're indestructible. And I had to find a way to just put one arm in front of the other when I felt like I was breaking down. I don't mind telling you, I had times when I started and I was mentally breaking down. People look at Adam Walk and say, he's indestructible with his sport. I'm telling you, I was shouting underwater at times. Sometimes I would go, you want to kill me? You want to finish me off? Come on, I'm here. I'm too strong. I'm going to battle through. And the emotion, you know, at times you could, you know, you were just mentally breaking down. But I had to get over that line. I had to finish that 6 hour and get out, and then you forget about the pain and you go in again. But every time I did it, I got stronger. And it's amazing how 6 hours then became normal. Maybe I could do anything if I put my mind to it.